I'm going to introduce the data import features of Vinea. They allow you to import a range of data into the system, including workers, activity definitions, block sheets, transactions, and more. To access this area of Vinea, we click on the bottom menu icon, which is a cog, and we select import data. That brings you to this screen, and when you get to the screen and click on the select, there are a range of things that tells you can import. You can import block sheets for vineyards, you can import workers, you can import work records, which is transactional data. You can import data from a camera-based crop scanning system called Cropsy. You can import other crop measurements. Now, in order to import these things, we have a set of standard templates, and generally we'll find those under reports. Again, we go to the second to last menu, we click reporting, and if we type in template, you can see there's a range of templates here. If we click one of these, for example, the work record template, it'll generate this and it'll give you an example of the sort of data it's expecting. And if you import the workers template, again, it'll give you a template for workers. We'll pick another one, the block sheet template. The block sheet template is a bit more extensive, and the key thing about the block sheet template, which we'll discuss at some point, is that you can decide to only import, for example, the first 4 columns. That's the minimum. The row number, the variety, the number of planted vines and producing vines. The other things are optional, but if you do include these columns, you must have valid values in them. I can click on this little download to download the actual spreadsheet as Excel, and I can save that. We can look at the top bar here and find out what this looks like. So if I click on here, here's the download template of a block sheet. The sheet number is the name of the block. So we'll close this and we'll look at a real block sheet for a vineyard. This is for the green vineyard, and you can see there's 4 blocks, a family block, kids block, and grandies block, and each block has details of the row, the variety, planted vines, and actual vines. We can also look at the record, the details we have for new workers, and this data also is available from the template download. And if you import invalid data, the system will tell you. And the other import transaction record we have here is for job transactions. And again, this is described in a later part of this video. You can see that we've got a vineyard and it's got no blocks on it. So we've created the vineyard, yet we have not created any blocks for it yet. Starting with importing block sheets, we're going to go down to the little cog menu at the bottom and click import data. Then we're going to select block sheets. We're going to select the vineyard we wish to import, and we've already identified it that it's the green vineyard. Now we're going to look for the file which has the block data. I'm going to click on green vineyard. It's going to scan the file, and it's identified we have 3 blocks: family block, kids block, and the grandies block. We'll click up the top to indicate we want all of them. Now we click the next button. When we click the next button, we can see the data that we have uploaded. We can see that we want to look for errors in this first column. So we'll scroll down to the bottom. We see there are no errors. We see that the information we have imported includes a block name, a row, a variety, number of planted vines, and producing vines. We're going to click import to complete the import process. Successfully imported data. Now we'll go back to our list of sites on another tab, and we'll open the green vineyard. And we see on the top that, firstly, when we look at it here, it's got 3 blocks. I'll now click on that block, that vineyard. We see it's loaded all 3 blocks. It's loaded the base information for the vines. There is probably going to be some information to complete in here. Now, it's been able to determine from the import that there are 5,470 vines, what the row range is. It doesn't know the date planted, and it doesn't know the rootstock. So I'm going to select some details here where I know them. In this case, I do not know the clone, and I'm also going to say that it's a mixed rootstock. The planted area, I don't know exactly, but I do know that the row spacing is 2.2 meters, and the plant spacing is 1.8 meters. Now, we can run a little calculation on this. I've just updated the row spacing and plant spacing to be 2.4 meters and 2 meters respectively. And I've updated the planted area to be 2.63 hectares. The planted vines we know are 5470. So I'm going to save this. And now we can see that we've got the planted vines loaded. I can correct these other details whenever I want. Looking at the import worker template, we can see that we have the business. Every worker has to be in a business unit and have a payroll number. We've got 2 status codes here. One is for updating, which is A, and the other is N for new. We've got the dates of the update, all the information, ethnicity, language, and so on. It's pretty obvious sort of content. And if there's anything wrong or invalid, the system will alert you with an error. I'm now going to go back to the import tool, and I'm going to load some new workers. So we have a template called update workers, which also loads new workers. I'm going to select this template, and I'm going to look for my file, which has got these workers in. And I know there's 3 tabs in the file. I only want one of them. Group 3, I'm going to select next. Now that's picked up 2 workers, and we can see we have their business unit, their payroll number, their status, and their start date, along with their last name. And first names, birth dates, a range of other information. Screen and click import. We've successfully imported the data. We're now going to go back to the worker screen. We're going to refresh this, and we're going to type in Zoll. We have Rico Zoll, including bank account and so on. This information all looks good. From the worker screen, we can see already that in advance that we do not have Linda Carter or Ricardo Zoll. We'll just search for them. Looking at the workers we've just loaded, we can see it's captured all the basic information for those workers, their employee category. We've also loaded a pay scale, their bank account, and so on, and their mobile number and personal email. Carter, there's no Carter, and there's no Zoll. Okay, so we will proceed with this. We're going to take a look at importing work records now, and straight off we're going to look at this job that we'd previously created called V26 Green 2 cane cuts, and we've defined the service and the rate, And you recall we previously imported data for the green vineyard. So we actually imported the blocks. These blocks are here. So we've got a job that's ready to go. We've also given it a scheduled start date of the 10th of June. So that job's ready to start. We can see if we click on the work record that we do have a little bit of work recorded against it. One worker has been there 6.5 hours and completed 890 vines. So now we're going to go to the import feature. Before we do that, just to see what that tells us in terms of progress. Now here we are. The maps should tell us something in terms of progress, but you know what? We haven't actually got any maps, so that'll be another later video to see how to import maps. So we'll go to the import data section and browse again for our file because we have to get it from scratch again because it's been cached in the data. We'll load that. We'll go next. No errors this time. So we've got 3 records of attendance and piecework for 3 workers. We can see now instead of having 1 attendance record and 1 piecework record, we've now got 4 of each. So we've successfully loaded in workers and their activity. Again for our file because we have to get it from scratch again because it's been cached in the data. We'll load that. We'll go next. No errors this time. So we've got 3 records of attendance and piecework for 3 workers. In total, we've got 920, 850, and 900 vines. We'll click import. Successfully imported data. Now, if we go back to here into jobs, and we'll look for the job we've just loaded, you see the number we had, which was about 880 vines before, is now 3,560. If we click on the work record, we can see now instead of having 1 attendance record and 1 piecework record, we've now got 4 of each. So we've successfully loaded in workers and their activity. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it has given you some insights into the power of Vinea for importing data.